Welcome to Eating on a Budget, week 1 of 52. I'm eating on a budget so I can buy more kilts in the future, and I find it fun to be creative in the kitchen. It's challenging and a great activity. Today, I'm going to have a main entree of roast beef hash. Should be a good experience there. I'll add to that a vegetable of sliced beets. After that, I'm gonna go and have a side order of brown rice. Next, some eggs. I've always been a fan of going to the store to buy cage-free or grain-fed. It just seems better. It's a better option, I believe. So, after the eggs, I'm gonna utilize some bread. This one specifically is oatmeal bread, and I like trying new bread other than the enriched white bread that I used to buy from the store, and I'd get a sandwich, or rather I would get automatically. So just getting new breads open up my mind to new ideas. Oatmeal, pumpernickel, German wheat. Hey, I'm a fan of different things, and cooking on a budget is opening me up to a lot of different things. For those eggs, I'm going to add some jalapeno slices, and I like to add that I'll be doing the eggs a little differently by putting them in this muffin tray, and then doing it even more differently by placing it in the oven. Yeah, I said it. Placing it in the oven. There we go. Roast beef, vegetables, brown rice, eggs, jalapenos, bread. For condiments, pink Himalayan salt. I just recently came across this, read that it was healthier compared to the salt that we're all used to. And I'm always a fan of learning new things, especially what's healthier for me. Little by little, I'm getting there. Also, natural Australian honey I'm going to utilize as flavor. Yep. Learning new things, adding it to my life, and then it just becomes normal. A habit. Also, tahini as a seasoning I'll utilize. And this is great on food and fruits. If you don't have any of this stuff, look for it. If it's not at your local store, something that you've been passing by, and look for it online. It's delicious. I wouldn't recommend anything that wasn't delicious. Not even an acquired taste, it's just delicious automatically. And next I'll be utilizing this coconut cooking spray. Yeah. Alright, let's get started. First I'll start with preparing the rice. For this rice, I am going to be eating a cup. And I got this utensil from the dollar store. So we're going to work with a cup of rice. Yep. Now with this rice, I'm going to be sure to rinse it off. So, what am I going to do with that? Can't use this calendar because the rice will just fall right through. So, what option do I have? I'm just going to rinse it off utilizing this pot and a lid, like if I was camping. So, that's what we're going to do. Let's head over to the sink. That should be good. It up. And simply gonna rinse it with water. And drain it out. As I continue to do this, I'll just have a specific technique. Oh, losing some rice there. And it'll become easier. I'll probably rinse it maybe 3 times. Or just go shopping for a calendar that won't have my rice go all the way through. But until then, this is a good enough option. In fact, this is my 3rd time rinsing, and I mean, the rice looks clear enough. Doesn't look cloudy or anything, or too cloudy. I like it. I can see through. It's like Hawaii water. I can see right through. Alright, last rinse. Now that the rice is all rinsed out, the way I'm going to do this is not measure any cups. I'm just going to take this rice with all the water drained out, and what I'm going to do is fill it up to where it has enough water, like water going over the rice. It's better to have too much water than not enough. I'm going to treat it like spaghetti. Alright, so that's what my rice is looking like. Well, I'll be sure to get the camera on it. Rice is looking like that. You can see the water level is high, and I'm gonna put the stove on basically high. I like to think of a stove as simmer, medium, and high heat, then in between. So simmer, medium, high. Work around that, or in between simmer and medium, or in between medium and high. And then once that gets to a rolling boil, I'm going to put the heat down to, say, medium, and just let it cook for a good 30 or 45 minutes. And after it cooks, I'll drain the water out and let it steam with the heat off for a good 10 minutes while I get working on my other food. Yeah, so that's the rice. I'll be sure to get some of that rice on top in it. I already wasted enough rice in the sink. And rice is handled. Let's move on to the next. So we'll put the heat down to medium so it can calm down, and then we'll get started on the roast beef hash, which I had already opened with this can opener I got from the dollar store. Awesome. Alright, now with this roast beef hash, I'm gonna use this skillet, and doesn't look very tasty, but hey, it's in a can. And once we heat it up, this is what I compare it to: ground beef. In the supermarket it looks a mess, doesn't look edible at all. And then you put it in the skillet and it turns from that hot pink to Is it hot pink? That pink color to a nice golden honey or oat brown, however you want to do it. So this is just going to look better. Alright, let's dump it in. We're on medium heat. This actually looks so gross that I don't think I'll buy it again. Like that or corned beef hash. I'll probably move over into like healthier options of things that either come in a can or a bag. Or I'll just buy frozen chicken, frozen fish, value pack, and use that as a source of meat. Yeah. See? You start small and you become more experienced. You gotta go through the tough times first. Alright. That's done. Let's get a bag out. Keep our trash in order. And I've noticed that it's easier to put aluminum foil somewhere so that when I'm done with my utensils or in between doing things, I can just take the food thrashed utensil and put it here on the aluminum foil. That way it just makes less of a mess. Yep. Alright, let's stir this up a little bit. Put this rice a little bit higher between medium heat and high heat. So kind of a between middle and high. So it's cooking a little bit more. Alright. Let that roast beef hash do its thing and move on to the vegetables. Start with a medium heat. Whoa! That beet juice is coming out. Let's see. Yeah, I've got to learn a different trick of how to open cans, because I'm sure whatever's on the top of that can just got into the beets. Or maybe I'll just clean the top of the can first before I start trying to open it. Alright, this seems like it's going to be an interesting pour. So, what's the technique? I don't know. I'm just going to do it fast, but not near the fire part of the stove. Hopefully it works. Alright, yeah, that was good enough. Just got a little beet juice on the stove. That's easier to clean than the actual heat part. And now I know, I'm more experienced. Cool. That's on medium heat. I'll just take this spoon, let it stir. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Alright. I'm going to take these eggs and let's give you a close-up of the ingredients on these eggs. Alright, these are the brown eggs. And can I block the light? I don't think so. I'll try. And that's what we're looking at with the comments and ingredients or summary of them. Get cracking and get natural. And then the real ingredients. Large eggs. with the nutrition facts. It's awesome. Take this egg, crack it. Boom. You can tell this isn't my first time with eggs. And crap. A little hard, but came out good. And the third time was like a subject matter expert. Gonna rinse my hands, cold water, and take these 3 beautiful eggs that we have here. Get a good, there, crap. And I'm gonna add some Himalayan salt. Yep. I'm gonna mix it up. Awesome. Now I have about 22 minutes left on the timer. So I'm doing great because I have my eggs mixed, and I'm going to put these eggs in the oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Spray this to prevent sticking. Sprayed a lot. I don't want anything to stick. And just start pouring. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. It's 2. That's it. I mean, it is 3 eggs. Talking about that's it. Alright. Put that in the sink. And that's what we're looking at. Eggs poured in. And I'm going to put it in the oven. Let's see. But I'm going to take this pizza pan. Put some aluminum foil over it. Spray the aluminum foil a little bit, some lubrication or whatever, and put this on top of the pizza pan to block the heat a little bit, and place it in the oven. Oops. Not yet. I'm forgetting the jalapenos. Alright. I'm gonna take this jalapeno, 2 or 3, just dump it in. Nothing special. Dump. And this should add some beautiful flavor to it as it cooks. Boom. And I like jalapenos, so I add a few more there. There we go. Now we're in business. Now they go in the oven. Alright, looks like the water is almost drained from this rice. Let's take this spoon I use for the beets and actually get in here. And I had removed what was on top before in the middle. It looked like it was extra starch. So maybe next time I'll wash it 5 times. Or just find a strainer so I can wash it better. But no rice is sticking. It actually feels pretty good. So what I'm going to do now that I have 12 minutes left, that beet juice does not play around. Goodness gracious. Drain all the water out, put the lid on, and just let it steam for a good 10 minutes. By that time, these beets on simmer, this roast beef hash on low heat, waiting for those eggs to come out, and we'll be back. Alright, all I did was just drain all the water out using a spoon. Nothing fancy. The rice isn't sticking. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's get a close-up. The rice isn't sticking at all. It's moving freely. Looks good. Just gonna put this lid on here and let it steam with the heat off. No doubt. Wonderful. Alright, we're back. The eggs are about to be done in 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We've got the roast beef hash cooking up. The beets already done and simmering. The roast beef hash also simmering. Rice, dumped all the water out. It's steaming right now. Let's get to those eggs, so everything else is done. Let's see what we have here. Need a smaller. There we go. Alright. Let's pull the whole tray out. This is what we're looking at. Straight out the oven. Looks like popped up like a muffin for one of them. The other one really popped out, and the other one was the runt of the bunch. But that's understandable as there was less egg put in. So cool. And it looks like the butter spray helped because nothing's sticking. They should slide out perfectly, and it'll be easy to clean. I won't have to throw it away. Awesome. Let's take this out and set it up. Now we have our completed meal on a budget of eggs, roast beef hash, beets, and rice. But we're not just done yet. I'm actually going to put all this on a plate and eat it, so that we're going to find out how this is going to work. It already looks like it's going to be good. Let's see. But before we eat, I did say I was going to have some oatmeal bread, so let's get started on cooking that. Have the heat on medium, and we're just going to let that toast. It should take about 2 minutes, and just dump some honey on. Oh wow. That is let's flip it. Maybe the honey will act as a lubricating agent. Oh, it smells delicious. Goodness gracious. I feel like I could eat that honey like straight out the jar, like the bottle, like peanut butter. Alright. Oh wow, that's hot. Not exactly toasted, but it likes, we'll call this lukewarm. Alright. Oh goodness gracious. Imagine eggs on that. Screw butter. Eggs with buttered toast used to be one of my favorite things to have at a diner. Imagine if honey is even better. This looks delicious. I might want to just honey both sides, but we won't go that far. So that's basically done. I can basically turn the heat off on that and put this on a plate. I'll see you soon. Alright, we're back on track. Before we get started with the food, this is what I'm going to drink. Some apple juice, which is not from concentrate, just 100%. The cooking spray that I use, coconut cooking spray from the dollar store. That apple juice was, I believe, $3. And the honey, pink Himalayan salt, and some tahini. Let's go to the food. These are how the eggs came out, the muffin eggs with the jalapenos popping out. Let's see if I can get the camera a little bit back. Looking good. If you want to know what the red is on there, that's the tahini that I had put on there. The rice is great. It feels good. I didn't taste it yet. The oatmeal bread with the honey on top just looks marvelous, and it smells marvelous. And those are the beets and the roast beef hash. And I just saw there was a lot of beet juice and covered the plate in it because it looks like that juice is going to be an exceptional covering for the rice and the eggs. Just going to mix them together and just have a feast. It looks good. It looks delicious. And we're about to taste it and see what's going to happen. So, hold on. Alright, I'm super excited. Before I get started, I'm going to start my meal with some spirulina, which is for general wellness, and chlorella. No need on brand. I get the spirulina from my local Walmart, and chlorella I got online. Awesome. Alright, spirulina and chlorella. Superfoods out here, general wellness. So I'm going to take them. Why not? Healthier than a bag of chips. Alright, so I'm going to taste test one by one. First I want to start with these eggs. These muffin eggs. Oh goodness gracious. Let's see. Wow. The egg can taste hints of the coconut. The tahini makes it pop. The jalapenos add that extra spice. This, goodness gracious, that is delicious. I don't even want to taste anything else, but I must. There's perfect synergy between the spray that I used and the jalapenos, and tahini just kicks it up a notch. Goodness gracious, does each one taste like that? Goodness gracious, and here's the runt of the crowd.
all three are delicious. This isn't a fluke. Alright, next is the rice. Now the rice wasn't sticking to the pot. I didn't cook it as normal, just adding cups of water. I just filled the rice up all the way to the top, basically. Let's see how it tastes. Brown rice. No name brand to my knowledge. Local Walmart. The way I cooked it, by just rinsing the rice off a little bit 3 times. Next time I'll rinse it off 5 times. Filling the water all the way up to the top. Letting it cook for a good 30 minutes. Draining the water out once it got low. Let it steam for 10 minutes. Total cooking time of about 45 minutes. And it's delicious. Tastes healthy. If I got this rice at a fast food restaurant, like an Asian restaurant with some sesame chicken, I'd be content. I mean, nothing top of the line. And be like, I paid money for this. This rice should taste better. But for a corner store restaurant, this rice tastes like it came from there. That's great. I'm gonna save the bread for last because I already know that's good. It's automatic. The beet tastes like a beet. It's an acquired taste. I don't think any kid would like this, but it's healthy for you. It actually has a positive aftertaste. Like, it's delicious. Comes in its own delicious juice. All right, this is the corned beef hash. Before I taste it with the beet juice, let me try and get one that doesn't. Right up here. Roast beef hash is forgettable. Yeah, I wouldn't get it again. I mean, it's cooked, it's there, but I can easily dismiss this roast beef hash and just eat everything else. This is something I'll probably eat first just to get it out the way so that I can enjoy the rest of the deliciousness of everything else. So this roast beef hash, won't be buying it again because it just doesn't taste good, even in the beet juice. Whoa, wait. The beet juice makes it taste better. Guess who's buying more beets? Alright, now for the honey bread. This is oatmeal bread with Australian honey on top. I could just go to sleep right now and dream about this and be happy. Some people like going out to eat. I was one of them because I thought it was convenient, it was fast, I would taste the food. Going out to eat and I'd be like, oh, it's average, but I'd be content with that because it was quick and it was there. But I do not mind waiting to have this deliciousness. It takes time, it takes effort, and I'm being more creative and I'm learning more. And if ever I'm in a relationship with someone and she says it's your turn to cook, or she says let's go out and eat, I'm just going to surprise her with some deliciousness. As long as the roast beef hash isn't in there, it's going to be magic. Goodness gracious. I'm going to get rid of this roast beef hash so I can enjoy the rest. Thanks for watching Cooking on a Budget Week 1. I'm looking forward to the rest. It's been a pleasure. Peace.